All right. Thanks so much for joining me. This is a topic I just love. I love Mailing List Pro. It's very cool. So when it comes to looking at turnover rates, we have built a tool that allows you to do this from right inside of the list purchasing tool. How we get there is to come over here to this draw polygon. You do have to have a Mailing List Pro subscription. If you don't have one, you're going to be asked to purchase one here if you want to use the tool. Alternatively, if you have any one of our subscription credits or subscription credit packages, you automatically get Mailing List Pro for free. So if you want to look at those over here in pricing, you can hit the save up to 12 cents per postcard with subscription. And this is a nice little calculator to just help you figure out which package is best for you and what your cost will be. At any rate, that's not the point of this. I just want to make sure that you do understand how to obtain Mailing List Pro. So you're probably familiar with our Purchase a Mailing List tool. If you're new to the platform, maybe you're not. Essentially, your addresses for purchasing a mailing list are to do it based on the radius around an address. A lot of times people come and they're like, oh, I want to mail this zip code, right? But normally a zip code is far too large to mail. So, really what you're wanting to mail is a radius around an address, if you're in real estate, like a just listed, just sold. So this tool does that. The subdivision tool for states that are very subdivision centric. We're in Arizona. We are very subdivision centric. This does rely on property tax records to have correct subdivisions and all that. So it's worth checking out if you think it might work for you. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It all depends on the tax records that are obtained in that area. But so drawing a polygon is what a lot of people are used to and works very well. So if you do have Mailing List Pro, you're able to do some searches based on the occupancy of a home, right? I love non-owner occupied, right? Absentee owners, those are the friggin' best. Love me some absentee owners to mail. We're in real estate, so if that's your market, absentee owners, awesome. And I should also mention that if there are filters and stuff and you guys, need more advanced lists, definitely, please, always feel free to reach out to us using the chat in the lower right corner, and we can talk to you about that. If you're in dentistry, we have some awesome new mover lists so that you can mail people that just moved into the neighborhood. We have all sorts of stuff we can do. So certainly, please reach out. We have all sorts of filters up here. Let's start kind of diving into what it looks like. So I'm going to put in an address that I know I want to farm around. So if I zoom in a little, I'm going to go over and just kind of start looking at, what areas do I want to farm? So let's start by coming over here and we'll just draw a polygon around this area. And this is going to do a little calculation, then it's going to come back and it's going to tell us how many addresses are in that polygon and what the turnover rate is. Really slick, really slick. People ask all the time about what a minimum turnover rate is. We can give you an idea, but really these tools are more supposed to be used to compare neighborhoods in your area, right? So you'll see here we say, 6% is okay, 8% is good, and anything over 10 is amazing. That is very true, especially in our market. Obviously, price points also vary. But what's more important is that we want to compare areas in our neighborhood to say, okay, I know I want to farm in this general region that we see on the screen. What's the best area? So here I just drew this polygon. Cool, 9.66%. Let's go up here and say, well, what if we just want to go north of McDonald, right? Let's stay here. Let's go just north of McDonald. What does that look like, right? So again, we just draw our polygon, and now we come back 11%. So what's important here is that my last one was a little under 10%. This one's almost 11%. So if I'm thinking about which one of these two areas should I be farming, well, I think that answer is pretty clear. And then we can also go up and we can say, okay, well, we're really only wanting to farm houses that are worth at least $700,000. So we can come here, add that $700,000 filter, and now we're down to 589 homes, turnover rates 10.2%. So that made a difference there, right? It's not uncommon in areas that the more expensive the home, oftentimes there's an inverse relationship to turnover rates. I could also say, oh, I really only want non-owner occupied homes. We're the absentee owners. Well, now we get down to 192%, and guess what? Almost a 17% turnover rate. That is why I love absentee owners. Non-owner occupied, man, if you're looking for, smaller lists to farm, these are your peeps. That's crazy. 17% is outrageous. So, Mailing List Pro is really, really a cool tool for that right there, right? Now we've compared two areas, and now if we say, oh, okay, well, maybe I just want to do absentee owners, how does that impact it? Let's look back at this other area we were looking at here. What does this look like again? Now, if we look at this, I think I went too far. Oh, yeah, come back up here a little. Right, so let's look back at this and say, okay, only 700K absentee owner. That went from about 10% to 11.6. My polygon's a little different, but I think you get the point. If we switch this back to owner occupied, wow, so that was a different area. So this is actually only a 6.6% turnover when I make that switch. So that's wild. I guess we also added that 700K filter. So I'm just here playing. Obviously, you want to do it a little bit more scientifically when you're building out your farm. But I mean, this is just a really cool tool, and I mean, it's so instant that you're here getting these, right? So let's say, about this area over here, right? A lot of times, maybe you want to look at it based on a school district, whatever works for you. So, I see. I just got the owner occupied only. So owner occupied only 6%. Both you're looking at 7.72. And then non-owner occupieds brings you up to 15.3%. That's pretty interesting. So, I mean, this tool is just incredibly cool. As always, whenever you're picking out a list, you want to make sure that you're backing into ROI, right? So you want to be thinking about it from that sort of a standpoint when you determine what size list. Always looking at mailing a minimum of a month for a year for any new area and figuring it out after that, right? So get your budget in mind. If your average price point is $500,000 and you get a 3% commission, that's $15K that you'll get, per home. So let's say you get 2 of those per year, that's $30,000. If we're targeting a 300% ROI in year 1, that means that we want to spend $10,000 on farming. So we can go back to our tool here and say, okay, we want to spend $10,000 for the year on farming. So that's about $800 per month. We'll grab our slider and we can just pull it over here till we get to our, okay, $800 per month. So I want to mail about 1,100 homes per month, right? Pretty simple. If I mail 1,100 homes, it'll cost me $10,000 a year. I'll get back $30,000 in year 1 is my target. 300% is generally very realistic in most markets. So if I'm spending this and I get back 30K in the year, that's what's to be expected. That's friggin' awesome. And if I get just one more home, now I'm at 45,000, right? So just make sure that you're, staying ROI focused. Don't get caught up in I want massive lists or anything like that. Instead, just focus on, how many I'm going to mail. And honestly, if I'm saying, okay, I'm going to mail 1,100 postcards per month, then I'd probably, even say, okay, I'm going to do more like, maybe 800 homes, and I'm going to, mail them more than monthly, right? In the first, generally whenever I start a new farm, I'm going to mail them a couple times in the first month. And, probably mail them, every week for 4 weeks. Maybe I mail them, every other week for 8 weeks. But just, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're really hitting them hard up front, and then you're maintaining a consistent, monthly mailing. And you're not evaluating this after 2 or 3 months. You're evaluating this after, 6 months. You're starting to look at it, but really, it's after a year is when you're going to have a good idea where you can take a look and say, okay, what kind of ROI did I get? Did I actually get 2 listings? Did I get 3 listings? Did I get 4 listings? Right? If you're getting just 2 listings, you're probably going to come back and be like, well, we want to bring this all the way up to the top, right? Because we want to put more money into this box and get more money out. So, if you ever have questions about how to, structure a campaign, how direct mail works, obviously just chat in with us. We'll drop a thing here so that you can schedule an appointment with one of our strategists, and we'll get a campaign set up for you. Just click down in the lower left of your screen, and you can schedule one of those appointments with us, and we'll help you put together this list. As mentioned, really, we can help you put together stuff for whatever budget. Again, as long as you're mailing at least 500 a month, you're going to get Mailing List Pro for free, so that's no issue. The other cool thing too is if you're buying, lists through Mailing List Pro, we're going to keep those lists always updated. So you can update them every month, in case people move, that sort of stuff. So we're always going to keep them updated, and you get a free month of postcards. So very slick. It's definitely the way to go. If you want to mail something smaller like 250, we don't include mailing list updates because at 250 you're probably more focused on like your sphere. So that's definitely a better place to be mailing. But yeah, so that's Mailing List Pro. It's pretty easy to use. It's honestly pretty fun to use. It feels like a video game. Definitely, again, lower left corner, just click the link, set up a call. Our campaign strategist will help you out, and we will get you all set up. So any questions on Mailing List Pro, anything like that, definitely chat in, schedule that call. Also, note that you can always get totally custom templates. So if you haven't seen our Express editor, check it out. Very cool. Just go to templates, click on any of these, and start typing your name in. We have other webinars on that, so I won't get into that right now. I really appreciate it, everyone. Thanks so much. Have a great day.